Hey everybody, it's Allie Edwards, and in this video I am going to be introducing you to our travel collection for 2025. I'm going to start off with our main travel kit, and then I'll show you the additional items that are available in the shop. All right, so travel kit starts a little bit like this. Let's see what we got inside. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and take a look at the different components that are included in this kit. And then, like I said, we have additional shop items as well. So let's start with the cards. This kit has 4x6 and 3x4 journal cards is the main paper option. And then we will have an additional pack that you can pick up if you want some extra transparencies or vellum or other papers. So let's take a look at sentiments. Life is all about the journey and what you are experiencing along the way. These are the good old days, that fun outline typeface there. A couple different repeated patterns in here in a warm colorway and then a cool colorway. We've got repeated cards. I'm really big in repetition, especially for travel too, where a lot of times you're working on one particular trip that you took or event that you participated in or something like that. It's nice to have the repeats for those particular stories. Then we've got trip memories, trip stuff, trip lows, and trip highs for a little bit of directed storytelling there. Then in terms of the 3x4 cards, we've got a couple little sets. The first one is details from this adventure. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8 of those different colors for the word details, but then the same outline there. Returning, experiencing, embarking, planning, kind of the different phases of the trip there, and then 4 different cards with 1 through 5. So great for making a list while you're on your trip. All right, so those are the 3x4 and 4x6 cards. Let's talk about the other pieces and then we'll go into the embellishment. So this one comes with a couple different sticker sheets. The first one is a white alphabet sticker sheet, and then we've got 2 sheets here of black label stickers. These ones turned out cute too. I like these. They're just simple, easy, especially for placing right on a photo. We've got those stickers, and then we did a perforated word phrase strip. If you haven't seen these before, you just basically fold them in half and then you can cut them out, the different little pieces, and then you get some of the nice texture on there. So this has gold on top, new experiences, saying yes to new adventures, here, there, everywhere, far and wide. Those kinds of sentiments are what you're going to find on top of that. Then let's talk about the embellishments here. We're going to start off with some large plastic pieces. So there are 2 large globes here. These guys measure about 4 inches wide. And then we did some frames here. Let's see, what are these guys? These guys are 3 by 3.5. So that can fit in a 3x4 pocket. Lots of different things that you can do with these. I really like these. I think they're so fun to put a photo behind there and use that as a frame. Then we have some vellum phrases here, seeing the sights and feeling all the feelings. Yes, I want to see all the things. Travel, noticing stuff I encountered. Coming home at the end of this trip was easy or hard. Love leaving and love coming home. That's what I always feel like. Seriously enjoyed this part, and pieces to remember, thankful. So those are all using kind of wonky shaped vellum pieces. Then we have a set of stitched map pockets, half circle pockets with a circle on the inside. I think there's 6 of these, 2, 4, 6, yep. And the circle on the inside is 2.75 is this particular circle. So these are cute. We've done these for a few different releases now, having those little stitched pockets. I think they turn out so cute. This kit also has some washi tape. It has 2 washi rolls in it. So this first one is just a nice black and white stripe. Let's show you what that one looks like. Nice black and white stripe there. I think you can still see it. Black and white stripe. Oh, that's a good one. And then the other one is the cityscape. Let's open that guy up. That fun city pattern. So let's see. Put it on that card for you to see. It's right upside down. So city illustration. on the washi. Okay, so 2 things of washi tape. Then we have a paper die cut pack here in the middle, and then we have chipboard. So let's look at the chipboard. These, we first used this particular die, so the shapes of this, for the fun storyteller kit this year, and I really loved this as just a very universal shape set. So we did that again. You can stamp on these, you can add stickers on top. It's nice to have some that are just blank. So there's that shape. There's these little label guys right here, and there are these ones. There's 4 of each of those, so kind of the different colors that you'll find in the kit. Then in terms of the paper die cuts, we've got some circles and some tags and some banners. Thdie are 2 inches, so some 2-inch circles that can go inside the 2-inch, like the 2x2 pockets. That's always great for that. There's a little set of tags. Love this part. Time well spent. Travel magic, airplane adventure. Then we've got this tag, or let's see, this label shape, moment to remember, moment to remember, moment to remember. So that'll be fun to repeat. And I believe, yeah, this one's just a little bit wider than 3, so it may not fit in the pocket horizontally, but it would fit vertically. Then I did a part 1 through 5 here with these little banners. So let's find the part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5. So that'd be fun to add on to some stickers. Then there's some ticket shapes, a story from this trip. Is there another one behind there? A couple of different maps, that outline pattern there. I came here to live a life fully, all of it. Hurry up and wait, which tends to be a lot of travel. The airplane, the black and white, and then a green background. And then these little guys, which I also think turned out super cute. Great for like travel journaling too. Long trip, this hotel, writing it down, best meal, short trip, not enough, seeing sights, together again, too much, and made me laugh. All right, so those are all the pieces that are in our main travel kit this year. Let's see what other items are available for you in the shop with this collection. Okay, next up we are taking a look at a few different items that are available individually within the shop. So each one of these pals here is its own shop item, and we'll talk about each one of them individually. This is a nice way to be able to mix and match to get the kinds of things that you might want to be using in your own project. So first, let's start with the papers. This is a paper pack that has vellum, transparency, and then some pattern papers in it too. So this is the vellum, like a big cityscape vellum with a map of the world, like a traditional one. Got a cool airplane there. This would be great as a title page. Then there's a couple pages that are what I would call like more directed pages, right? Space for journaling, space for photos. This has a map background. Definitely seen some of the film strip sort of thing in here. I mentioned when I was sharing this recently, next year for Week in the Life, we're going to have some film strip style stuff like this too. So that's going to be really fun. Okay, so that guy there. Then there's one here with a bunch of different travel tickets. We've got watercolor hearts on top of a map. You're going to see these black watercolor hearts in another spot too. Those turn out really cute. Here's one that just is a great spot for like a date, a number, a photo. It's just already mapped out for you. Then we've got just an airplane on a craft background, and then a few transparencies. So we've got a map transparency. That'll turn out cool. This is a sunrise transparency. See that there? And then the city, that's fun city design. So that's all one item there, those different paper styles. Then we did a die cut paper pack as we've done for some of our other collections this year. So you got a half circle with the film strips, a big tag page wherever you are, be all there. The circle page we've done a couple times this year and with different designs on it. So something I want to remember is what's on the circles there, and it says memories in the little half circle. And then we did one that's just the kind of like the banner edge along the end there, and you can add in your story or photos or whatever you want to use that for. So these are great for adding a little bit of variety in the page size into your projects and just for holding pieces of your story. All right, so we got that guy, and then we have a 4x6 pack here, transparency journal card pack. We'll start with the 3x4s that I have here on the top. So there's some 3x4 vellum. So we've got that warm colorway there. Got the little city So cute. This guy, 3 spots for journaling on there. Here's a 1, 2, 3. Could use that as well. And this is another like film strip style one, so you could put a photo in there, some words. This one has a set of, these are embossed in here. It says travel notes, different colors from the kit there. Those turn out really cute. So embossed down into the background. Again, this is all part of this one set. And then we've got some vellum and transparency 4x6s. So there's a vellum with the map, travel repeated on there in vellum. Love exploring this place in this season on vellum. Some trunks in vellum, like a big postage stamp. That one turned out cute. There's the transparency there, and the transparency with the heart and the map. That's an airplane that says up, up, and away. I'll show you on this one. That turned out fun too. The big postcard transparency. So cute. It'd be fun to do like a 4x6. The best part of this adventure looked like this. That's the transparency. So cool. Would look great right on top of a photo. So that's the 4x6 and 3x4 vellum transparency card set. Then we have a pack of plastic shapes. We've done this for a bunch of our collections recently too. The shape that we did this time, there's 50 pieces in this little tag set, is this cute little shape here. So we've got maps and cities, and then some that say remember this, and hearts. So some of these will be repeated, like there's the maps, there's a city, that kind of city, let's see, I'm just gonna spread them out first so we see. And then some of them have sentiments too. Unexpected delights found here, wherever you go becomes a part of you somehow. Doing vacation things, collected memories, there's some more hearts. So some of these are repeated. Documented, you could stamp the date right on top. These are just like the perfect size too. Maps, remember this. Another map, colorful map and black and white maps. This one is another one that is like this documented one, but it's just with stripes, so you could put whatever you wanted in there. Got miles, words. So cute. Remember this. Foods, hearts, documented. Another map. These are kind of, there's multiple maps. That's the chess. It's good to have a journey, an end to journey toward, but it's the journey in the end that matters. Best adventure, never forget. Things I learned on this trip, love travel. There's the airplane. We'll just set him up there. Maps, documented. Yeah, super cute. This would be great in an album and or in the journal, which I'm going to show you in a couple minutes here too. So it's a few more. Remember this is maps, big trip, heart, and then documented. So that is our little plastic tag set. It turned out super cute. And then the last thing that we have as a shop item before we get to the stamps and the journal and the album is a die cut set here. Let's see what we got. It's a paper die cut set with a few different sizes of things. I'm really into having some, the mixture of the bigger and the smaller together here. That's just nice for contrast. So let's see what we have. So we've got 3 different circles. These are going to be a different size than the ones in the main kit. So these are 3 inches. So there's a map and a globe there, and then the cityscape. So we've got those 3. This one comes with a fun little film strip set. These are tiny, but you could add tiny little photos in there. That might be really fun. Like I can imagine putting like a flower photo in each one of those, or maybe like an overview in the beginning of your album, like an overview of the trip in tiny photos that you're going to have in big photos later on. So just something fun to put things inside of. This one has some hearts. There's those black hearts. Again, these are paper die cuts. There's also one with the globe. There's just some little red die cut pieces, which I love because those are great for dates or stamping. Oh, cute, super. I feel like these are like little mini books and they just make me so happy. These say travel notes on them. So a cute little set of things that you could just staple, right? Like right into the notebook specifically. Got a couple different circles with some travel quotes on there. Then we have some tags, travel details, 1, 2, 3 on those. Then we did these kind of tags that I think turned out super cute. So things, getaway, holiday, stuff, travel, vacation. And then we have this little set that just says today's sights on them. So those turn out really cute too. Again, great for gluing down into a notebook, stapling into a project, stitching on a project. Really, really fun. All right, let's take a look at a couple other items we have in the shop. So next we'll look at the stamps, the journal. We did a cup this time and the album. All right, this year we have a selection of 4 different stamp sets, 2 4x6 and 2 that are the 6x8 size. Let's take a look at the 4x6 first. So the first one is a alpha set. This is the same set that we used in some of the products this year. A fun outline, hand-drawn look there. The second stamp set, the other 4x6 one, here's a look at the second 4x6. So it's got the little tag shapes and some of the sentiments that can easily be stamped right on top of there. You can do some nice layering. I'll do some samples with this. It's got the remember this and the documented, small trip, big trip, love travel, doing vacation things, foods, words, miles, those sorts of things that can be stamped right on top of there. So that one turned out super cute. Tried to do a lot of tag and or ticket shapes. So you'll see those too in these larger sets. So here's the first of the 2 6x8. So this has the different like ticket sizes as well as the tag, and then some of those same sentiments. A story from this trip, airplane adventure, love this part, time well spent, travel magic, hurry up and wait. Again, you can layer these things on top of each other. It actually has the cute little tag stamp right there that you can stamp on top that'll have a different color on it. So I'll show you some of those. And then the other one has some of the more of like the camera kind of look to it with these bigger shapes here. So the film strip style, kind of a similar style to what's on one of the journal cards with the ing words along the bottom. This can fit on a 3x4 card. I'll try to do some samples of that too so you can see. And then planning, returning, embarking, experiencing. There's the circle that you could add some more circles. It's a little bit smaller because the other ones we did were 2 inches. Stuff I encountered. Yes, I want to see all the things. These are separate stamps that are in the inside there. So you can use these to choose your own colors and then add other things on the inside. So that's a look at the 4 different stamp sets we have. Next up, I'm super excited to show you a redesigned travel journal. It's been a while since we've done a travel journal like this, so I'm kind of excited to show you. Obviously, black and white outside. This measures about 6 1/4 by 8 1/2 is the size of this. And when you open it up, take only memories, leave only footprints. And then you're going to see a variety of pages repeated with a blank page on the other side, which is great for photos, great for additional journaling, great for ephemera. But it kind of takes you through the trip. So we've got like a manifesto for your trip. It's got some pages for trip planning, has some pages for a packing list that you could add in there. And then it's got some divider pages. So the world is yours to explore. Travel day, a few different pages of travel day, I think, kind of depending on how long you're going to go. Wherever you go with all your heart. Then it has meals, so a few different pages for meals. Then to travel is to live with memories, right? Variety of pages of memories for all the different things that you might be experiencing on your trip. Again, you can easily be adding things in here as you're going, or you can leave this blank, and then when you come back from your trip, you can print out, a combination of full page photos or a grid of photos or a collage of photos. That would be really fun too. So all those memories, pages, love leaving and love coming home. Then we've got a space for some specific invited journaling things. So gratitudes, couple pages for that. Dear self, if you want to write a note to yourself, that's something that I've long liked to do when I'm traveling. Here's a couple pages specifically for ephemera. Those are the things that you pick up, but I feel like there's lots of open spaces for that too. 3 pages for that. And then I think a few pages for notes here. Turned out super cute. So this is where I was saying like all those little die cuts that I just showed, those would be great for stapling or gluing or adding in here. So this is the travel journal for this year. Then we did a glass can. Again, this one says, yes, I want to see all the things. So this will be available for you guys. Yes, I want to see all the things. This is the same little straw, little wood lid there. All right, and then the last thing that we have this year is a 6x8 album. This is like a dark navy with white text on the top. Journey, vacation, adventures, wander, travel log, embarking. those sorts of words on the outside, and then a fun map pattern on the inside. I believe that we'll have a couple other album options as well in the travel category. This one you will be pre-ordering just for the album. The rest of the items are here and available. So if this is something that you want, this will be a pre-order item. There's more information about that in the blog post. So that turned out really fun. All right, we'll also be doing a travel workshop this year, so look for more information available about that in the blog post. And other than that, you guys can let us know if you have any questions in the comments below. Turned out super cute this year. I'm really excited about this one, and I'll do some stamping samples to show you guys what that looks like in a separate video.